In the upcoming episode, the banquet to be held by Queen Wongyong's father brings a special worry for the queen, where the gaze directed at the Min family will be even sharper. However, after the banquet, the king looked drunk from drinking so much that the queen worried about him, and unexpectedly the king then poured out his worries about why he should not drink less than others, none other than because they all noticed everything about him. They watched carefully and waited for the right moment to take advantage of weaknesses. On another occasion, Chai Ryong meets the queen to return the queen's gift for the news of her pregnancy. A subtle tension arises as the queen firmly instructs Chai Ryong to focus on delivering a healthy child instead of involving herself in unnecessary matters. The queen also reminds her of Chai Ryong's previous words, "My body belongs to the king, but my heart belongs to the queen," as a form of statement whether Chai Ryong is really on her side. The king is once again occupied with a rebellion that strongly suggests his father is behind it, while the queen secretly meets with her personal informant to find out the movements of King Taesangwang. However, Hyun, who is always by the king's side, makes the queen worry because the king makes decisions without involving her when he plans to go to Dongbukmyeon personally. News of a rebellion and the king's decision to go to war prompt the queen to take a bold step by spending the night with the king. They share a passionate evening, which is later interspersed with a serious political discussion. The queen explains her intentions for having used her personal informant, which was none other than all this for the sake of the king, when then told the whereabouts of his father. Eventually, the king heeds the queen's advice and secretly meets his father without bringing any troops, attempting to persuade him to return to the palace. However, this effort only worsens the tension between father and son, culminating in King Taesangwang ordering his guard to kill his son. Despite the tension between them, King Taejong does not give up on persuading his father. With deep regret, he sincerely apologizes to his father for killing his brother, as he wishes to fulfill the Joseon he dreams of. He promises to become a king solely for the people and pay back to the people for the blood he spilled. The return of King Taesangwang to the palace makes King Taejong decide to move the capital to Hanyang and establish a new Joseon. Although he receives resistance from the ministers, he successfully overcomes it. In the year 1405, the queen gives birth to a prince, bringing great joy to everyone, especially the king, who welcomes the birth of his son, who will live in the new Joseon. Meanwhile, Chai Ryong receives a visit from Lee Suk-byeon, leading to suspicions that he will side with her. On the other hand, while in Hanyang, King Taejong faces a challenge in his mind, remembering his father's message, which he tries to fulfill to make decisions and break free from the ruler's attachment. It must start with the queen and her family. However, regardless of the situation that King Taejong fears, the queen, in her ignorance, continues to show her loyalty when she says she will always be by his side.